I was really interested by Anna Jones' contribution that reflected on the Prince of Wales' trip to Romania. And having visited Romania a couple of years ago, I was blown away by the beauty of the mountains and the way that rural life kind of butted up against peri-urban and urban settings. And the urban areas seem to be pushing towards greater modernity, and there was definite shift towards increased consumption, but also with some tradition kind of in the background. And the edges of the town seem to give way to expansive, highly industrialised, conventional, intensive agriculture that I think has been a result of increased engagement with Europe and kind of having access to increased funding and support for a more industrialised approach to food production. And I think what's quite interesting is that you then get out into the foothills and into the mountains, and you come across these sort of peasant farmers doing really subsistence level farming, working incredibly collaboratively as village communities and small towns, transhumance being a central part of that, kind of moving around the landscape with the animals, and that connection to the soil and to the cycles of the seasons and to nature. And I worry that when people like me talk about agroecology or regenerative practice, and that they think that I want us to go backwards and move back to a time when we used horses and carts and everyone cut their hay with a scythe. And as much as that would be a really interesting experiment, I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon, and I don't think it would be feasible, and I don't think we need to. But I think the challenge that we all face is, how do we combine the types of agriculture that we see in places like Romania that are alongside and within really wild landscapes, and how do we marry that into new and innovations and technologies that make things more efficient without going too far. And I think without doubt, as a society, we've gone too far, and we need to find a way to dial that back, but also maybe in like a spiral where we're dialing back but also looking forward and taking the best from historic approaches and moving them into a new paradigm. I don't have any answers, but I think it's a challenge that we all need to think about and consider, and whether it's through our own choices or as consumers and people who eat, or whether it's our choices as farmers and land managers, how we do that is ultimately guided by kind of collective conscience, and I'm not sure how we shift it.